I trusted two people more than anyone in this world. My father and the woman I loved, and they didn't just betray me, they destroyed the man I used to be. My name is Daniel, I'm 34 years old, and I don't have a relationship with my father anymore, not because of distance or time, but because of something unforgivable that happened years ago, something that still lives inside me like a scar that never healed. My mother died when I was just 7 years old, and from that moment on, it was just me. And my dad, he became everything for me, he raised me, took care of me, sacrificed his own life to make sure I never felt alone. He never dated anyone because he didn't want me to have a stepmother, and growing up I respected him deeply for that. I thought he was the most loyal man in the world. When I turned 18 I even encouraged him to date because he was still handsome and women noticed him, but he always refused, saying he was fine the way things were, and I believed him. When I was 19, I met Maya, and from the moment I saw her, I felt something different. She was beautiful, smart, confident, and I fell in love with her almost instantly. She had a slightly materialistic side, but I ignored it because I believed that love meant accepting flaws. We spent 6 years together building a life, a future, dreams of marriage and children. I truly believed she was the one I would grow old with, but everything changed the day her father died in a car accident. She was shattered, and had no one else because her mother lived far away, so I brought her to live with me and my dad. And at first everything seemed normal. My father supported her emotionally and helped her through her grief, and I saw it as kindness, but slowly things began to change. She started coming home late. She became distant and secretive, especially with her phone. Sometimes I would smell cologne on her that wasn't mine, and deep down I knew something was wrong, but I kept giving her the benefit of the doubt because the truth was too painful to face. When I asked her, she brushed it off. When I asked my dad, he told me I was imagining things, and I believed them because I trusted them. Until one night when she was asleep and I couldn't take it anymore. I unlocked her phone using her thumb, and what I found shattered me completely. Thousands of messages between her and my father, flirting, sexting, planning, and then a video that destroyed whatever was left inside me. The woman I loved and the man I respected most were betraying me behind my back. In that moment I didn't scream or cry, I just went numb, but inside me something dark was growing. I wanted revenge. I wanted to hurt them the way they hurt me, but instead of reacting emotionally, I chose something colder. I pretended everything was normal for weeks while planning my exit. I got a job in another town, packed my essentials, sold the engagement ring I was planning to give her, changed my number, and before I left, I sent all the evidence of their affair to everyone they knew, their friends, colleagues, and family, exposing them completely, and then I disappeared without saying a word. No confrontation, no closure, just silence. The days that followed were the hardest of my life. I had nightmares, I felt anger, depression, and at times I even thought about ending my life. I kept asking myself why they did it, but I knew no answer would ever be enough, so I went to therapy and slowly started rebuilding myself. But I was never the same again. I stopped trusting people. I stopped believing in love. Years passed and I lived my life carefully, emotionally distant from everyone. Until one night when I met Annie at a bar. She was confident, mature, and incredibly beautiful, and for the first time in years I felt something again. We connected instantly, spent the night talking, and eventually started seeing each other. I thought maybe life was finally giving me a second chance, but one night while we were watching a movie, her phone lit up and I saw something that froze me completely. It was a picture of my father hugging her, smiling, looking happy. My heart started racing as I tried to understand what I had just seen, so I started digging and the truth hit me harder than anything before. Annie wasn't just someone from his past. She was his wife. My father had remarried years after I left, and I had unknowingly been sleeping with her. At first I felt disgusted, then anger, and then something darker, something I didn't expect, satisfaction. It felt like fate had finally balanced the scales, like this was the perfect revenge for what he had done to me. But then a thought crossed my mind that I couldn't ignore. Was this really revenge, or was I becoming exactly like him? The same man I hated for betraying me. And now I stand here years after losing everything, facing a choice that will define who I truly am, whether I confront the truth and end the cycle of betrayal, or continue down this dark path and become the very thing that once destroyed me.